Hello and welcome. If you are a first-time listener, my name is Lou Everett. For the last 30 years, I have had the privilege to serve people as a speaker, trainer, coach, and teacher. 15 of those years were spent in a management or a leadership role of some kind. This is the first in a multi-part series called Do You Take the Time?, focusing on the value of providing support and encouragement to our employees, such as coaching, feedback, training. Today, specifically, we're focusing on the value of providing feedback to your employees and team members. Now, one of the largest elephants in the room that I have noticed over my 30 years of working with, managing, and leading people and teams is the pure unwillingness of so many leaders to take out the time needed to really give feedback or coach their teams. Taking out that much needed time to work individually with each member by providing positive and empowering feedback on their performance. About 16 years ago, it's been now, I was working in a role as a sales coach for a large corporation. A position then opened up for a trainer role working directly with new hires. Now, I applied, went through several interviews, including the final round, and for several days, I heard nothing of the results of the interview process, who had been selected for this position, if anybody. And then one day, as my team and I were doing our normal work routine, an email was received by all of us that the role was filled, listing the promotion of another candidate other than myself. Now, I'm sure that many of you have been through or heard of similar things like this happening in other places, so please don't take me wrong. This is not a pity party for Lou here. Believe me, I have learned many lessons over the years. Even this one event, I have learned a lot from and continue to do so. So I have no hard feelings at all. I was honestly, though, more frustrated with the fact that I was not given the time by management or leadership to let me know the final decision prior to an announcement. And to make matters even worse in this situation, I had to schedule the time to meet with the hiring manager to try to gain some feedback. They did not take that initiative or time on their own. Again, I had to take that time and get in with them and meet with them. Now, when I finally did meet with the hiring manager and ask for direct feedback, and I wanted it no matter what that feedback was, what I was told was, we just didn't select you, so you just need to move on. And then I pushed a little harder, a little bit more to maybe get some more things that I could work on. And then I was told, oh, just keep doing what you're doing. So nothing constructive and nothing that I could take away and work on. Now, it was obvious to me that this manager just did not want to take the time to provide feedback. Now, if you're a leader of any kind in your company or organization, would you have handled this any differently? I'm willing to bet that you would say you would, right? Many leaders that I've asked this same question to about situations like this over the years also state that they would have handled this different. They say that they would take the time to provide constructive feedback. However, interestingly enough, Forbes magazine posted research done by Office Vibe, which was an employee engagement firm, showing that 65% of employees feel that they are not getting enough feedback. 65%. Now, let's put that into perspective. Let's say you have 1,000 employees. That means that 650 of those employees feel that they're not getting enough feedback. That's crazy. Now, among other things, I feel that one of the top reasons for management themselves or leadership not taking the time, they feel that they don't have enough time to do so. But honestly, in my opinion, that's a lame excuse. I mean, honestly. What does it take? 5 minutes to have a conversation with a valuable member of your team that could be effective at improving performance? Why would you not do so? Now, providing feedback to your employees, not only does it build strong relationships, when it's done effectively, it develops them as leaders. See, consistent, constructive feedback can aid in developing a robust team of leaders that consistently perform at a high level. And on top of that, also helps in their retention, retaining them, keeping them with us. A Gallup study of 65,672 employees found that those who received feedback on their strengths had turnover rates that were 14.9% lower than for employees who received no feedback at all. And according to that Office Vibe study I mentioned earlier, it was also noted that 82% of employees appreciate both positive and negative feedback. Yes, not only do we need to provide the positive feedback regularly, as leaders, we also need to provide the feedback on ways that our employees are missing something or missing the mark or need improvement. We have to do that in a way, though, that empowers them. I find it interesting, though, how some leaders have no issue whatsoever with taking out time to tell their employees when they're failing and that they need to step it up or else. Yet, they gravel at the idea of taking out time to provide positive, constructive feedback. Absolutely not the way to effectively communicate as a leader. Meeting each member of your team that you directly manage and meeting with them regularly, at least on a weekly basis, this allows for you as a leader to provide dedicated, direct, and effective feedback on their performance. See, taking a second out of your day to do what I call a drive-by feedbacking does not take time at all, right? Swing by, give a pat on the back, say thank you so much for your hard work. Thank you for sharing that idea in the team meeting today. Or just a quick email that reaches out that says, you really helped tie up that project and you did it on time. Great work. Now you get the point, right? Feedback, when done effectively and strategically, empowers and grows our staff. But it does take time. Do you take the time? Join me next time when we continue on the topic, do you take the time?